So we got a client question about mobility, and as trainers we only have 30 minutes with anybody we have in here, and we're going to make sure you get a hard workout, you're going to get some muscular fatigue, produce some good strain so you come back stronger. And the homework is always, that I give clients depending on their situation, is usually mobility related, whether foam rolling, and we'll get to that in a minute, or some sort of simple improved way of stretching than what they got in, well, grade school PE. And for some of these people this is 70 years ago. I mean, so it's been a while. So let's talk about the neck. In our younger clients, we see it as text neck. Imagine I have my iPhone and it's boop, and the head falls forward and they're looking at whatever they're doing. The problem becomes when they then go to look up, they typically don't stack the head back up. They look down and then they drag up. So you see I've got this compression right here, and the lower portion, T1, C7, is turned and stays turned. And then you start to see how this looks like a 75-year-old kind of client posture thing going on with the upper back rounding. So how do we fix that? Well, the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, is to get on the ground. So when you're on the ground, stretching your neck and learning to do this, you can think about getting ugly. I've heard some clients refer to this as turtlenecking, but what you're going to do, if you've got this kind of neck posture, you see the gap. Well, the floor becomes your, you can see it, I fit my hand right under it. The floor becomes your friend. You're going to push your neck back towards the floor, and you can close that gap. So you could even start 4 fingers, crush it, and gradually reduce it. You're never going to quite get all the way back flat, but on the front side you've got the ugly gobbledygook going on here underneath your chin, and that's the feedback on the other side. So this is a stretch, especially if your neck's used to being like this. This becomes the stretch, opening that up on one side. But the other thing that occurs, as I'm thinking here, is that when you're forward like this, all of this is strained. And most of my clients don't know how to get in there and stretch that. So here's the way to do it. Instead of cranking away on your neck without really any rhyme or reason, what you're going to do, you're going to stretch the right side. You're going to take your right arm, you're going to flip it behind your body, then you're going to go boop, and let your head fall to the side. So you're going to get a decent stretch right through all of this good stuff. And then the piece de resistance is you look up, okay, and then you apply pressure, and you go hunting. And you just get in there and you find your tight spots, but you can see how that's getting the stretch on you. And you need this tissue to release because part of the lifting up here is accomplished through the neck here. So you need that to be released so that you can stand with a nice tall head, or as Art Devaney says, you lift your heart and you look over your cheekbones. So that's number one. Number two is sending clients home with something to do. Your shoulder's most mobile joint in the body. It's a floating hip. And you can use the foam roller as a metric for, are you getting good mobility? If your shoulders are not damaged, if they have decent mobility, you should be able to sit on this guy, lay back, and take your arms, flatten the elbow and the wrist down to the ground. And you should also be able to do that with a non-hyperextended spine, with a little bit of a stretch. So here it is. And if you don't have this and you're sort of hanging out here, well, you practice that and you do what's sometimes called the wall slide. You move your arms up and down through that range of motion, attempting to increase the stretch throughout. And you can also get into the beach pose and try and force your elbows down to further open your chest. And so that would be the homework. And that's what, if I had to send clients home and work on something, shoulder mobility on the foam roller and opening up the neck to make sure they actually stack properly. See you later.